Another year of K-pop has gone by, and it's another video where I tell people my top songs of the year, and some people get upset that XY group is either not there or too low for their liking. But none of that matters. You know why? Because it's my list, and this is my top songs, my top 30 songs of 2022.
La 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 la. I see the new evil. 적대적인 고난 가슬픔. 넌 더 왠지나 시켜. That's my novice. It's my novice.
Now I did 30. Why? Man, you know how hard it was to try and do 22 or 23, fam? That's tough. It was a good ass year for music. A shit year overall, I'd say, as it pertains to the things that went down in K-pop. Losing members, losing groups. Obviously, this is something that happens a lot in K-pop. Many, like, pretty much every year. But there seems to be so much shit that went down in 2022. It casts a shadow over a year that otherwise had, as it pertains to music, amazing debuts, some really amazing rookies, some amazing comebacks, some returns of legends like Big Bang, SNSD, Kara, Tiara. 2PM was 2PM this past year. I'll cut this out if they weren't, but I'm pretty sure 2PM was last year as well. Obviously, Super Junior kind of always doing stuff, but it's been an active year for even the legends of K-pop, the OGs. And obviously, you've had groups that have been on hiatus, that have been like doing things outside of coming back in music. You got your Blackpinks, who obviously they have their own solo ventures that they do on their own, but they weren't really doing things as a group, and they had to come back in their tour this past year. Mamamoo came back after a long time as well. Who else? Who else had a pretty decent hiatus that came back? And I-DLE. I-DLE had an amazing year after obviously what went down, people writing them off, and obviously having, like I said, an amazing year. You had other groups that had amazing years. You had Stray Kids. It's just a good time. If there's one regret I have for this year, is that I didn't I'm not gonna say pay too much attention, because I did check out some boy groups, especially the ones that I'm more fond of and more like I know more about. But even throughout the middle of the year, I tried to do this thing where I like remedied and like try to check out some boy groups I hadn't checked out, and it was dope. Some of my favorite songs of the year are from there. That being said, I don't think any of those songs are on my top 30. Oh shit. But regardless, like, favorite songs of the year can be more than 30 songs. But that's my only regret, really, is like not paying as much attention to boy groups. But in reality is that my girl groups, I stand more girl groups than I do boy groups. And they were just so active and thriving this year that they kind of just like took over as it pertains to like the content I checked out or whatever. But it was a good year for music. It was a good year for music, and I want to share that with y'all in a similar format, the same format really, that I did last year, where I show y'all essentially 30 through 11 in just a quick switch format, like other top videos. And then the top 10, I just talk a little bit about between each one, just to tell y'all why it's there, my feelings towards them, maybe a quick explanation, maybe a little longer one if it's a little bit more emotional. Also, if for some reason some songs have like a shorter runtime in this video than other songs, like there's more seconds of another song, it's probably because the video got blocked because of that song and I had to trim it. Understand that. So it has nothing to do with I just wanted to give X group less time. I actually had to cut it because the video was getting blocked because of that group song. So I'm anticipating that, mainly with HYBE and SM. Not to say that HYBE and SM are included on this list. Shit, I just spoiled things. Anyways, let's go to the top 30 through 11, and I'll see you at the top 10.
Ooh, don't we look good together? Okay, I'm ready, but I'm not stupid. Oh, Joe. So magnetic on the floor.
When my eyes on you, 숨막힐 듯한 전율로, you know you get me loose, make me go bitter bitter. A dance floor made for two, 다리 부르는 전율로, it's only me and you, make me go bitter bitter.
Nothing can stop us tonight when I'm walking with
it. Venom, venom, yeah. Venom, venom, yeah. Like I do, like I do, like I do. 내일은 더, 더 크게 외쳐줘 더 크게. You already know. Venom, venom, yeah.
Can we do? Once the whole room change, baby, that's what you do.
버리고 날 잃을수록 넌 반짝이는 irony. So I envy you. Yes, I envy you.
Ooh, my baby don't play, blame it on my time.
발에 맞춰 전진 reload. 저기 가득한 your reload. 우리 모두에게 salute. I give you vision. 잠깐의 아픔은 건져. 쉬어갈수록 더 번져. 그들에게 that's the reason.
Ooh, my baby don't play, blame it on my time.
내 멋대로 덤 떠러럼 덤 떠러럼 내 몸이 이끄는 대로 내 멋대로 덤 떠러럼 덤 떠러럼 내 필이 꽂히는 대로 This is my rhythm This is my song
Not fair dance, no blame it on your measurements. Sugar
Can't complain. 다 그런 거라 해. 이상해. 왜 긴가민가요? Can't explain. 또 특이하다 해. 말 못해. 왜 긴가민가요?
down on sights. That's right, we out here dripping.
넌 어딘가 묘해. 뭔가 좀 이상해. 자꾸 오묘하게 몰래 맘이 닿아. 조금 더 숨겨도 돼. I can stand everything. 신경 쓰이는 게 좋아 난 참 묘해. Come around, come around, come around.
Finesse, it don't make no sense. Out here dripping.
나를 더 속에 만들어줘. Oh baby you're on my mind. 네 맘을 다 보여줘. Oh baby you're on my mind. So you make me sparkle.
Finesse, you know what you know. We're dripping in.
Villain
Drop that end up. I used to have as baby. I just lost my number in the note. Take a look inside.
Villain
turn 지긋지 멈춰 시작하지. Who's that? 내가 뭐지?
Finesse, it don't make no sense. Dripping in finesse.
하루에 12번 얼어내린 한지도 알 수 없는 내 맘. 너 때문인 건 아닌데 아는데 조절이 안 돼. 너한테만 화를 내는 루루나네 나 루나테.
Finesse, you know it. Fellas, grab your
Live for the good times. 우리 둘이 기분 타고 높이 올라가. High 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 we fly. 구름을 갈라. 두 발아래 착해지는 세상이 보여.
you ladies, if you're lady fine, tell her she the one.
When I move, 날 발을 흔들어봐. When I move, when I move, 더 자유롭게 breaking all the rules. When I move, 리듬에 맡겨 느낀 그대로. It all move, my move. Oh, when I move, what's the problem?
She the one for life. Ladies, grab your fellas.
Like a finale. 가장 뜨겁고 아름다운 이들 완성된 last scene. Ooh, like a finale. 내 영혼이 눈부시 이 순간. 넌 나의 last sequence, yeah.
Fellas, let's do this right.
I sit back and just enjoy our show 처음 본 순간부터 내겐 Cause you're my love for me baby 숨길 수 없어 난 내게 Cause you're my love for me baby For the love, shot for the love, tell me Shot for the love, shot for the love, tell me 이 순간이
Come on. 자유로운 길이라고 My baby oh. Take a flash 나를 비추면 You light 안에 밤새로 깨그려진 다음 빛을 머금고 날 refresh 밤새 걸어도 splash 스피드 노래 준비가 끝났어 난 I'm ready for action 섬광 속에 떨어진 blackout.
So now that y'all seen number 30 through 11, we get to see exactly who I put in my top 10. And number 10 is a group that I love. Had an experience with this group that I won't spoil because it will just spoil who it is if I tell you. I'm trying to be vague with these little pre-things. I would not trade that shit for the world. You know, it was an amazing experience. And let's go right into it so I can talk about it properly. Number 10.
Now that you're out of my life, I'm so much better. Thought that I've been weak without.
Number 10 is aespa's Girls, and I love this song. Obviously, y'all know me, I love aespa. This was very special for me because obviously, if y'all just follow my channel, I check out a lot of aespa. I check out a lot of aespa. They're one of my favorite groups. They became that after Savage. My first era as my is Girls era, and for my first era as my, I actually got to see them perform Girls live at Good Morning America at a concert they had outdoors in Central Park. And it was their first time performing it live, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I like to tell myself that I got to be there when they performed it for the first time live. I went there not having heard the song beforehand, because obviously the day the song came out for everyone, like the day the MV dropped, was the day of the concert. Like I was standing in line to get into the concert when the song dropped. Either that or I think it dropped at midnight, and I also did not listen to it. Point is, I didn't listen to it till I heard them sing it live, and I didn't recognize it, and I was like, oh shit, is this a new song? And it was amazing. They look amazing in person, and it was such a great time, y'all. It was one of my favorite eras. We got a lot of content from them as well, so if you want to go check any of that out, it's on the channel. But I love me some aespa. It was an amazing song, an amazing era, and they killed it, and I'm ready for the next one. Now, next we have number 9, and this one is a group that is very near and dear to my heart. If y'all know me from the very beginning of when I got into K-pop and doing reactions, this group is the reason I got into K-pop.
Without you, but I'm stronger. Thought that I'd be broke without you, but I'm richer.
When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문 잠궈 shutdown. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. It's black and it's pink once the sun down. When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문 잠궈 shutdown.
Number 9 is Blackpink's Shutdown, and this song, not only was it amazing in what it was, because it didn't feel like what you expect from a title track from a group, especially even like from Blackpink. It doesn't feel like what you expect from a Blackpink song. It was pretty different. But also, bro, they had a comeback, did a bit of promo, and started a world tour that I had floor seats to, that I've also still not put up my tour video for, because realistically it's just me telling you my experience at the beginning and then just footage of what I recorded, but I haven't put that up. But I was there and I have floor seats. I had an amazing view and an amazing time. They are so killer, such amazing performers. And like I said, this era was insane. Lisa took over everything, bro. They all killed it, but Lisa just, there was something about Lisa this era that she just took over with her everything, particularly her twerking. Lisa's booty has been across my feed for the entire second half of this year, okay? And I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing it out, okay? Shutdown was amazing. Now, number 8 is a group that's completely new to me. If you want a bit of a tease, it's a group that I checked out towards the end of the year, and I also checked them out late. Like, I was not on time when this group came back. That did happen a lot of times this year, but this particular group is one of those that happened to. You know what? I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. This group came almost as fast as they left.
Thought that I'd be sad without you. I'd have had a thought I wouldn't grow without you.
is Triple S. Hey, shit. How? Wait, what's the name? Oh my god. Wait. I do not script these. This is all off the top. Acid Angel from Asia. Triple S, Acid Angel from Asia, Triple S, AAA. The song is called Generation. Obviously, you just heard it. This song is so damn good and catchy and addictive. The choreo is dope. It looks so like carefree. Like it's just like they're just like doing like these quick moves, especially the choreo for the hook in particular. It's just so easygoing, and I love it. And what I meant by they came as fast as they left is because they literally essentially disbanded, you know? The way this group works, correct me if I'm wrong because I don't follow them closely, is that you kind of get to vote for who you want to see in the next subunit. So the only way to really see them, if the particular unit doesn't sell a certain amount, they're not permanent or guaranteed a comeback. If you want to see them together again, you kind of have to vote for them to be together again in a unit. So if it just so happens to be that you voted for these four in particular, they come back as Acid Angel from Asia. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's kind of how that's how I understand it. The way people have explained it to me, we don't really expect a comeback from this group because they're part of a much bigger project. Triple S is a much bigger group, like 20 plus members. I don't know exactly the number, 20 plus members, and they're gonna have multiple subunits and stuff like that. And this is one of them. But like I said, if they don't sell a certain amount, they're not guaranteed a comeback. So that's essentially what happened here. But that doesn't take away from how amazing the song is, and it just sucks that we're not guaranteed a comeback from this particular unit with how good this sounds, because it was a song that I played a lot. Also, I don't know a lot about the members individually, but one of the members of this particular unit is BB's sister, okay? Her name is Nakyung, and she looked familiar to me. I didn't mention it in my reaction, but she kind of reminded me of Karina. Then someone told me she was BB's sister. I saw it immediately. I saw it immediately when they told me that, but that's also another cool thing from this group. Now, coming in at number 7 is another rookie, another insane rookie, insanely talented, with some polarizing songs as title tracks. Some people love them, some people don't. Me, I love them. Clearly.
Without you now, wiser. Thought that I'd be hopeless without you, but I'm smarter. You thought that I might take my tail, now get started. Let's roll the dice, yeah. I'm going deep, deep, one jelly. I'm dying, yeah. Young and me so loud, baby. I'm not ready, young and sister, yeah. So tell me what you want, where you wanna go. Mix, change, up, let's go. Big wave.
NMIXX Dice is my number 7, and I really like this song. Broken record, I'm gonna say that with each one of these top 10. They're just so good. They're just so good. Now, the pain of Dice era, you know, there's part of me, like I did last year, where like my number 10 was like a special edition and it was interchangeable with another song that was right outside of my top 10. This song, I almost didn't put it in my top 10 just because I didn't want this to turn into a rant about what happened. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that it was a good year for music, but there was some turmoil when it comes to groups. Some groups disbanded, some groups lost members. Unfortunately, when it comes to NMIXX is a group that ended up losing a member after this era, much closer to the end of the year. And it just sucks because this is that last era with Jinny, and she was a part of it. She was amazing. She was very talented. Obviously left for reasons that are not fully disclosed, but because they said personal reasons, we kind of got to respect it because we don't know how serious those personal reasons could be. You never know. We kind of got to respect it to a certain extent. Hopefully one day we find out it's not something crazy. But then again, if it's not something crazy, we're just going to be upset that it wasn't handled properly, right? So part of you hopes it's something crazy, so it's justified. It's hard to talk about NMIXX at all without mentioning that situation, but to speak on them as a group, bro, not only was Dice amazing, and it's my favorite choreo this year as well, yo. I love that choreo. NMIXX are absolutely insane at singing live, you know? Anybody who's on this list, looking at videos, you like people that sing live and are good performers, fam, look no further than NMIXX. Like I said, some people, like, their songs are polarizing. Not a lot of people like their title tracks. Some people wish they were different. I personally like them, and also you just watch them perform, whether it's their songs, their B-sides, their title tracks, or covering other people's songs. They absolutely make everything their own, and they tear everything up. They sing live. It's amazing. And just like with every other group here, I am looking forward to whatever they do in the future in this year. So I can't wait till they come back. It's going to be our first comeback without Jinny. See, like I said, I can't talk about them without mentioning Jinny. It's an unfortunate situation, you know, especially going through like the pre-debut stuff, having her for debut comeback, some end of the year stuff, and then poof. Realistically, it was poof. I do still want to support them, and I think that people that are fans, are answers, should definitely continue to support them because they're amazing. On to number 6. Number 6 is a group that's very near and dear to my heart. I love these girls with all my heart. There you go. I spoiled it. It's a girl group. Quite the pattern with this video. As you can tell by what I explained early in the video, I didn't follow too many boy groups and too many of them didn't strike me as much as they probably did others, the ones that I did check out. But one of my favorite girl groups is here with another amazing comeback, adding to their flawless discography, at least to me. Here's number 6.
You thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. You thought I wouldn't sell without you. You say no, yeah, no, I'm beautiful monster.
Hard for me not to spoil shit before I get to this part after I show you the song. But number 6 is STAYC with Beautiful Monster. Obviously they came back twice with Run to You as well. Beautiful Monster stood out to me more than Run to You because there was just something about their vocals. And obviously if you follow STAYC, you follow them, you watch their live performances and everything, STAYC are just insane. You got Yoon's vocal, you got Yoon's vocals, all of them sound really good. And there was something about just the vocals on that song that got to me, bro. It was just so damn good. They look so pretty in the MV. It was a really, really nice MV. It was my first ever truly checking out more content than I did in the prior year when I tried to get more into STAYC. They had really good B-sides as well, as they always do. And I'm already prepared for them to come back this year. I don't know how close it is, bro. It's been a while. It's been a while. But I'm ready for a STAYC comeback. Now moving on to the top 5. The top 5, that special little category, the songs that make it in here are more so seeing like the true top of the video, because you see like top 5 greatest players of all time, top 5 this, top 5 that. It's the top 5. And number 5 is a group that I like and falls into the category that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, boy groups. Boy groups that I don't follow much, and I told you I was a very limited amount of boy group songs that really stuck with me this year. This is one of them, and it's quite the addictive track.
Just so 9 million, I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna
drop it like hot, hot, hot. Oh, take a feeling so hot. You know they burning like hot, 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 hot. We need to drop it like hot, hot, hot. Oh, take a feeling so hot. Yeah, I'm running too hot, 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 hot.
Number 5 is 17 with Hot. Oh my god, you know what's crazy? Every time I think of this song, it's amazing in and of itself. But if I think of 17's Hot, I just picture Yeji. I picture Yeji with her cover video that she did. And that's like, I picture that more than I do the MV. 17's Hot was an amazing comeback. Was I late to Hot? I think I was late to Hot. I was late to a lot of boy group stuff this year. Like I said, I want to do better in 2023 when it comes to boy groups. But 17 absolutely killed it, and I listened to the entirety of their album. I want to say best album of the year, Sector 17. Yes, I will stand by that. But there's a couple more that do want to trade blows with that album, but I will put that as my album of the year as well. I haven't really done like an awards thing, like album of the year, song of the year, artist of the year, anything like that. Album of the year, 17 Sector 17 was really good. Really good top to bottom. Don Quixote is one of my favorite songs I've ever heard from 17. I think Shadow is the title of another song on there that's amazing as well. 17 are just really good. They've always been really good. And this is one of those years where like I may have gotten to them late, but it's a matter of what they do when I get there. And they did the damn thing. Now we move on to number 4. And number 4 is an artist that I would say, let me spoil it. Let me spoil this. This is my soloist of the year. This is my soloist of the year. I have always been fond of this person. You know, I've always been fond of this person. But the music that they dropped this year it spoke to me on a spiritual level, okay? Like everything about her voice, her songs, her albums, her MVs, it was so good. I said her. I tried to stay neutral earlier when I said they. I said her. I spoiled it. It's female soloist. Soloist of the year.
I'm not gonna stop what I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna
Underwater is my number 4. And eunbi, like I said, she has just been on a tear as it pertains to the music she's been dropping. It's amazing what she's been doing as it pertains to like the choreo she's been doing, like voguing and stuff like that. The MVs, her voice, like she's been killing it. Absolutely killing it. And her albums top to bottom for Underwater, what's the name of the album? The Colors album was the one that had Glitch. The album for Underwater, what was it called? I literally just bought it, fam. Oh, Lethality. I'm not gonna look. It's Lethality. It's amazing. Every single song on there, fam. The more I listened to her this year, the more and more and more she felt like my favorite artist of the year as it pertains to like soloists, you know? If you haven't heard her title tracks or her B-sides, definitely give her a listen. They're really cool. And she is amazing. And she is like one of my artists to like really watch out for this year, just to see how she follows up such an amazing year of releases, at least to me, and see what she does this year. Now, moving on to number 3, I did mention how special a top 5 is, but top 3 is really special. It sounds like I'm kissing ass for not saying that shit, but I'm not. It's just a top 5. It's a significant thing. Top 3, it's also a significant thing. This group has been tearing it up since debut. They're rookies. They are rookies. They're rookies. They debuted at the tail end of last 2021. But they were still rookies for the majority of, for all of 2022. And this group came back twice post-debut and killed it both times.
Gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving. There's a system, I gotta love it. 서로를 비춘 밤. 아름다운 까만 눈빛도 빠져 깊이. 넌 내게려 숨참고 lip dive.
IVE with Love Dive are my number 3. They have solidified themselves at the top of this list for quite a while. Like ever since that this song dropped. Voice crack. Oh no, you know what doesn't crack? Theirs. They have solidified themselves at the top of this list ever since the song dropped. Obviously, they've moved themselves around since then, but we're definitely gonna be here at the end. They absolutely killed it with this song. It is such an addictive track, and obviously they came back later with After Like, and it was a really good song as well. And at the time, it felt in the moment like it surpassed Love Dive for me. The more the songs went on, the more the year went on, it felt less and less like it surpassed Love Dive. Love Dive is just that bitch, okay? Love Dive is just that good. Like I said, they debuted in 2021 with 11, but they killed it when they debuted. And they proceeded to also kill it. It's amazing how many artists this year, especially like rookies and girl groups a lot in particular. I'm sure boy groups killed it as well, but I didn't focus too much. Apart from like Stray Kids and like TXT and stuff. It's crazy how many groups on my list I can say that about. They tore it up this year. They did amazing. NewJeans did amazing. 17 did amazing. It's pretty wild how many people had so much success this year. It's crazy, and it's such a cool thing to see, you know. Like I did say there's like a bit of an overcast or shadow over this year with a lot of the bad things that happened, the sucky things, but like I said, for music, it was really good. Also, I'm pretty sure Royal is the B-side for Love Dive, bro. Check that out as well. Their B-sides have been really good, but check out that. Hopefully, the next time they come back, they have more than just 2 songs on their album. Now, moving on to number 2. And number 2 is a group that, man, I love this group, fam. I love this group. And as you've been seeing by the trend on my list, I told y'all there wasn't a lot of boy groups, so I'm kind of going to spoil it for you. The top 2 are girl groups, fam. This is a girl group that I love. My love for them has just kept growing and growing. Like what they put before us, they seem so real and so themselves in everything they do, all their content and everything. Let me show y'all who number 2 is.
I wish you the best. Way that you are blessed, bring more success. Don't be 가줄게. 내가 바랬던 세계 제일 위에. 떨어져도 돼. I'm anti-fragile, anti-fragile. 난 지금 on my way. 갚아버리죠 너의 fairy tale. Now you know my name. I'm anti-fragile, anti-fragile. Anti-fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile.
Number 2 is SSERAFIM with Anti-T-T-T Fragile, Fragile. Listen, that song is so good, and it shocked the hell out of me, even though I had gotten a bit of a hint of what the song was gonna be like because I checked out this one teaser that they did hint something that sounded a bit like reggaeton, but it wasn't words. It was just a bit of instrumental, and immediately I picked up on the reggaeton sound. I didn't expect it to be the title track. When we got there, fam, oh my god, attacks from everybody involved. The song was insane. You had Kazuha doing all her ballerina stuff, throwing her, like her leg up, all those stretches, and then topping things off at the end of the year with some of the best performances I've seen at year-end shows and award shows and everything. They have solidified themselves as some of the best performers in all of K-pop already, and we haven't even spent a year with them. You know, like we haven't had a full year with them. It's the first year of their debut, and we had them for the majority of this year, but they haven't been around long enough to like put on the performances that we've seen, fam. Like, it's crazy. And obviously they do have HYBE behind them. They aren't source, but they do have HYBE behind them and a lot of creative minds there as well. You know that there's gonna be a lot of quality as it pertains to like what they can put out there as a live performance, but fam, at the end of the day, they still gotta get on the dance floor and do these things, okay? And they have done these things, fam. From opera to ballet to voguing to flips on stage to dancing with suitcases. It's been such a trip, bro. They're so good, and their songs are good. Like I said, I love the members. Right now we're reacting to Day Off Season 2 on the channel, so if you want to tune into that, you can go ahead. But I love these girls. Obviously, they have two familiar faces that I've been familiar with since IZ*ONE and Yunjin, who I've remembered vaguely from Produce because I didn't watch the full show. But it's such an amazing group, and I really like them, as you can tell on my channel lately. Now, finally, we are at number one, and listen, man, I don't want to, how do I put this, fam? Obviously, I'm not going to spoil beforehand exactly who it is. Someone very clearly who has thrived immensely this year that I stan has not been mentioned yet, right? Has not been mentioned yet. You gotta just assume they're on this list, don't you? You're right.
After all of the darkness and sadness, soon comes happiness.
Yeah, I'm tomboy. Yeah, I'll be the tomboy. This is my attitude. Yeah, I'll be the tomboy. That's why I don't wanna play this ping pong. I will.
I-DLE with Tomboy are my number one, and man, if I wanted to break rules, I'd put Tomboy / Nude, bro, because everything I-DLE did this year after what they went through is so dope. You know, after what they got put through from like by the media, by the public and everything. Let me go in vaguely. There was a situation with a member, Sujin, which we all still love. You better still love her. She was no longer a part of the group. Well, she wasn't with the group while certain things were going on, investigations or whatever, for the entirety of 2021. And through the beginning of 2022, we found out that she was removed from the group permanently. After that happened, a lot of people just started talking about how I-DLE were done. I-DLE were finished, whether it was media, whether it was Stan Twitter, because they like to say a lot of bullshit that don't make sense. Writing them off, saying that they're done, that this is their last comeback. If this doesn't work, Cube probably gonna forget about them or whatever. And you know what's crazy? That very last one I mentioned, I could see Cube doing that if it didn't go well for them, right? Because there was a lot of people that had mentioned dropping the group after what happened. How do you drop I-DLE, first of all, in general? Second of all, after they drop a song like Tomboy, fam? That was one of the most, I don't know, if you're Hispanic, you know when someone says toma, you know what that means, bro? That's exactly what I-DLE did to the public, fam, when they dropped Tomboy. They came and smacked everybody in the mouth, bro. And anybody who was talking shit had to eat their own words because they were jamming to Tomboy and their faves were jamming to Tomboy. The media was sitting there writing their hate articles while jamming to Tomboy. That's exactly what was happening. And then they came back later on with Nude and doubled down on the greatness that they pulled off earlier in the year, fam. Apart from going on tour, that I also was able to go to and see them live in person in New York, which was an amazing experience. I even got away from Minnie that no one will take away from me, fam. It felt like she was waving at me because she waved at the only person waving their never bong in the air, and that was me. And everything froze. I kind of like zoomed, like I looked sideways, no one else was waving their shit and she was waving. It was at me. I don't care what anyone says. But they went on tour. It was amazing. Came back again with Nude and completely tore shit up again. Like, outdid Tomboy numbers wise. It's crazy. It's crazy. How many music show wins was it? Like 13 or 14. I could be making that number up, but I'm pretty sure it was like 13 or 14 wins, something like that. It was just insane. They got more wins than Tomboy, and Tomboy was already amazing. And Nude is a good song, but there's just something about the fact that Tomboy came right after people were talking all that shit, you know? Like Nude was great validation. That wasn't just like, this is just a one hit. They did shut people up, but it's gonna be a one hit. They're not gonna be that good the next one. They did that damn thing the next one. They are also my artist of the year for the year of 2022. I look like an old man just trying to give lectures, but that's exactly what I am. Don't write off my girls, man. They are the shit. And everyone found out they're the shit. Okay, everyone who was talking shit found out they're the shit. So that's my top 10. No, my top 30. It feels like a top 10 because I talk about 10 of them, but that's my top 30 songs. Feel free to go ahead and leave me your top songs in the comments. Obviously, this is mainly title tracks, apart from one indie or two stragglers that made it, because I may have blundered on making my list, but it's fine. They're very deserving of being mentioned on the list. But feel free to leave your tops in the comments. It doesn't have to be a 30. It could be 10. It could be 5. It could just be your song of the year, your favorite song. You can go ahead and leave 30. I will read through it. I'm just saying you don't have to write out 30 songs. But definitely let me know what your favorite songs are. Do you like my list? Do you disagree with my list? Doesn't really matter, because it's my list. But you could tell me. I'll read it and heart your comment. But it doesn't change my mind.
Girl, I'm your candy. 기가 막힌 chemistry. 어느새로 신나. 주목이는 말 더 원해. Got me feeling like pop rock, strawberry, bubblegum. 주머니 속 향기 넘치면 all I want is you.